Tamil actor Kamal Hassan has got into a bit of a soup ahead of his latest film, Thug Life with Mani Ratnam. At a promotional event in Bangalore, he referred to Kannada as being born out of Tamil. Now, there is no evidence to back up this claim. Kannada was first used in the 3rd century BC, while Tamil dates all the way back to 1000 BC. It's one of the oldest languages known. What is worse is that this was said in the presence of Shivraj Kumar, one of the leading stars in the Kannada film industry. He's also the son of the legendary thespian Dr. Rajkumar. Kamal Hassan, though, refuses to apologize for this mischaracterization by saying that he was saying whatever he did simply out of love. Now, the point is, does such mischaracterization, when it comes to issues like language, and we know because of the Kaveri issue, because of other issues, there's been a lot of tensions on the question of language between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Does Mr. Kamal Hassan's defense that he was saying this out of love and therefore he finds no reason to apologize, does it hold?
இது அந்த ஊரில் இருக்கும் என் குடும்பம், அதனால தான் அவர் இங்கே வந்திருக்காரு. அதனால தான் நான் பேச்சை ஆரம்பிக்கும் பொழுது நான் உயிரே உறவே தமிழே என்று ஆரம்பித்தேன். அதில் தமிழிலிருந்து பிறந்தது தான் உங்கள் பாஷையும். அதனால் நீங்களும் அதில் உட்படுவீர்கள்.
They are confusing the issue. I think what I said was said out of love and with a lot of historians who've taught me language history, and that I didn't mean anything. This is not an answer, this is an explanation. Love will never apologize.
Now, Kamal Hassan, you heard from him a moment ago. He is now refusing to apologize for his comment. But let's parse through what he said and if there is any truth at all to what he claims. Can he substantiate his claim that Kannada was born out of Tamil with any proof to back that claim? Now, both Tamil and Kannada are considered Dravidian languages. Both have a very rich history. Linguists, in fact, find them to be major languages of the Dravidian family, but they developed as separate branches from a common ancestor known as Proto-Dravidian. Kannada is one of the oldest Dravidian languages. It's got a rich and well-documented history. It dates all the way back to over 2,000 years. It belongs to the southern branch of the Dravidian language family, which also includes Tamil, Malayalam and Telugu, by the way. Now, while Tamil remained geographically and culturally rooted in what is called the Tamilagam or the Tamil land, Kannada speakers moved westwards and northwards to what is now the Kannada Nadu or the Karnataka as we know it, modern day Karnataka as we know it, leading to independent linguistic evolution. Now, both languages share linguistic DNA, but the syntax, the grammar, the vocabulary, of course, diverged over a period of time. Whereas now, it's got to a point where both these languages sound very, very distinct from each other. It's not like Tamil and Malayalam, where if you know some bit of Tamil, you can pick up Malayalam, or even vice versa. If you know a little bit of Malayalam, you could pick up Tamil. Similarly, between Telugu and Kannada, but between Tamil and Kannada, that is not quite the case. But let's listen in to some political reactions to what Kamal Hassan said. Clearly, in Karnataka, this has raised the hackles amongst politicians, both in the BJP and in the Congress. Let's listen in, and then we'll open this up to our panelists.
ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆಗೆ ಬಹಳ ದೀರ್ಘಕಾಲದ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಇದೆ, ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಮಾನದಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ಸಿನಿಮಾಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ನಿರ್ಬಂಧ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ.
All right, Dr. Sudha Halke, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. Dr. Sumant C. Raman, author, is also joining us. Dr. Sumant Raman, let me start with you. What does Mr. Kamal Hassan mean by Kannada was born out of Tamil? I mean, there's no evidence to suggest that. Both were Proto-Dravidian languages. One was, at least the earliest that we know of, the use of Kannada was in the 3rd century BC. Tamil goes all the way to the Sangam literature in 1000 BC. So to say that, Kannada was born out of Tamil, that's just erroneous, if not mischievous.
Zaka, I think we are reading too much into what Mr. Kamal Hassan said. His statements in the past and so on. Most of it are riddles. We can't even figure out what he is saying, even when he is making a very simple statement. Now, having said that, he's also sort of said his history teachers taught him that or something like that. So we now need to find out who those history teachers were to figure out why they taught him something as erroneous as that. No, my point is, in the evening program where he actually clarified or gave a clarification and said that love will not apologize and all that, he also said if you look from the north, you are right. If you look from the south, I am right. Now, I don't see why we are. Look, he is a genius as an actor. Why do we have to give so much weightage to every line he says about everything else? He's
No, no,
not.
the
I mean, he's
weightage.
a
No,
man.
no, one second. Doc, the
Zaka,
problem is.
Zaka, let me
No,
finish.
no, the problem is.
Let me-
One second. He's not just an actor, he's now a politician, right? He's been running a political
Yeah.
party for a number of years. He's soon going to be in the Rajya Sabha. He's going to be in the Indian Parliament representing the people of Tamil Nadu. So, what he says carries a degree of weight, and you would imagine that people in public life, are very careful of what they say. And I'm even willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, he said something that was erroneous, something that was wrong. Why would he then double down and say, "Oh, I'm not going to apologize. Whatever was said out of love does not need to apologize"? I mean, what's so love about saying that getting something as basic as this wrong?
Look, Zaka, as far as that particular phrase, he used it in the context of Mr. Shivraj Kumar being there and them being part of the same family and so on, which is sort of probably justified in saying that it's one big family kind of thing. Of course, this phrase should not have been used. But look at his politics. It's come 180 degrees. He started the party to defeat and take on the DMK and ADMK. Today he's going to the Rajya Sabha as the DMK MP. I mean, or supported by the DMK. So I think that look, we are making a mountain out of a molehill. Mr. Kamal Hassan is known to speaking like this. I'll give you another example. During the illicit liquor tragedy in Tamil Nadu a couple of years ago, which claimed almost 60 lives, Mr. Kamal Hassan actually made a statement to the effect that the people who drank that illicit liquor should have been more careful and so on. So I think that he is not a core politician in terms of being yet having acquired the skills to measure every word
Let
that
me
he
let me
says.
ask Dr. Sudha Halkai, because even in Karnataka, yes, of course, everyone has come out. At least mainstream political parties have come out and condemned what Mr. Kamal Hassan has said. He has refused to apologize. But this whole business about, we should ban his movies now, that's what the Rakshana Vedike has come out and said, we won't allow his movies to be released. Now, I'm sure that if he continues to, not apologize, they will start tearing up posters and attacking theaters where his movie is playing. Somewhere that is also a problem. You can't just because somebody has said something erroneous or something that goes against your sensibilities, doesn't mean you're going to, ban films and tear up movie posters and so on.
Very good evening, Zaka. I feel any language is a pride of that region, I feel, and the people of that region are very much sentimental towards their language. And the statement which is given by Mr. Kamal Hassan is very provocative, and the way he is expressed is not acceptable, actually, and the way he is told is not wise enough, I feel. The thing is, both Tamil and Kannada, as you told, both come from a very rich cultural heritage, and both are divine languages, and they come from Sanskrit. Now he telling, the way he told was very rude, what I feel. And now he is not apologizing is something which is really hurting the sentiment of the people of Karnataka, the Kannadigas, because he being an actor, he shouldn't be so much discriminative about any language. And with due respect to all the languages, we do have the respect for all the languages. So he needs to apologize for that. If he doesn't apologize, then again he's hurting the sentiment of the people of Karnataka.
But may I ask you, again taking off on this theme of boycotting his film and tearing up the movie's posters, etc. This is a film that is directed by Mr. Mani Ratnam. In fact, his first two films were in Kannada. He's from that part of the world. He's from your state. I mean, he, of course, made a huge name in the Tamil film industry. But, this is like saying, we will, it doesn't matter. Somebody has said something, again, like I said, something erroneous, maybe something stupid. But, we will hold everybody accountable, including somebody who hails from your state, by the way.
See, it's not that question. See, his statement, he seems to be very ignorant and very stupidity, what you told. But what I have been observing is past 2-3 years, Mr. Kamal Hassan, he seems to be a very split personality where he gives a lot of, very irrelevant statements, like how he had told when 60 people had died due to that liquor scam or something. He has given that statement, and now also he has given. And not being apologetic shows how arrogant he is and how adamant he is. Being an artist, his art should speak, okay? He is not supposed to hurt the sentiment of the people, his audience. When he knows they have hurt it, then he needs to ask sorry for that. And now, because he is into the political streamline, he seems to give such provocative statements.
No, but,
What
but
I have
Dr.
been observing.
Sumant Raman, on the one hand, the politics in Tamil Nadu, and I guess, both DMK and ADMK to a great extent have also fanned this, is built around language, right? Mr. Stalin, the chief minister, recently convened, all party meetings of all opposition leaders and opposition ruled states, etc., on all kinds of issues, from, going against the judiciary to, federalism and so on and so forth. Every issue has made out to be it's South versus North. And here you have one of the leading stars, certainly the number one and number two star in the Tamil film industry, now saying against a fellow South Indian language. So how is it then South versus North? This is South versus South.
Zaka, I agree with you that there is absolutely no harm in giving an apology. But I don't think that Mr. Kamal Hassan has thought through this whole thing, that this let us insult Kannada language. I don't think it was a statement.
If he's not thinking like that, why doesn't he apologize regarding that? What is wrong with
I agree.
apologizing, sir?
I agree that an apology will
thought
put
seems
the
to be
lid
so
on this
much
whole thing.
leftist,
But the point really is that the language issue now, and you spoke about Tamil Nadu being in the forefront of the language, chauvinism and so on. Karnataka is not lagging behind with the Rakshana Vedike and similar outfits. They are not far behind at all. So, if you take in the recent past, there have been more than enough instances where there have been more disruption to public in Karnataka on language issues than in Tamil Nadu on language issues.
Especially more so because of the Kaveri issue, because of the Veerappan kidnapping of Dr. Rajkumar from 25 years ago and so on. All the more so, he should have been, more sensitive in what he said. I mean, one of the other things that he said in his clarification, I don't know if we have this portion of that bite. He says, I come from a state where a Reddy has been a chief minister, a Malayali Nair has been a chief minister, a Malayali Menon has been a chief minister, a Kannadiga Brahmin, an Iyengar from Mandya has been a chief minister. So what? What is that? What has any of that got to do with what he uttered?
Zaka, you're trying to read meaning into thoughtless statements which don't really carry any meaning.
Look, but do you or do you not agree?
I agree with that.
Is it not a historical fact that there have been multiple issues on language particularly between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu? Forget about
that is why I'm saying.
Yeah.
That is why I'm saying Mr. Kamal Hassan simply needs to issue a 2-line apology and bring this matter to an end. But I don't believe, I have been an extremely strong critic of him, especially his politics, where he has let down the people of the state by throwing in his lot with the DMK, whom he pledged to oppose. He broke a TV on a video ad for his party about how he would bring down family rule and so on. And then he went and signed up with the DMK. So I've been a strong critic of him, but I don't think he thought through the statement. This was just something.
Well, if he hasn't, then he should rightfully come out and apologize. I think that's the sensible and logical thing to do. But Dr. Halkai, I'll give you the final word. The other things, some people are asking also, he said this to Mr. Shiv Rajkumar, who is the son of Dr. Rajkumar. And everybody knows what happened in the late 90s, early 2000s, when Dr. Rajkumar was kidnapped by Veerappan. Both the states, in fact, came to a halt. I think it went on for a number of weeks. Many are also asking, why didn't he turn around and say that that's not the case?
See, probably even he was taken back and he couldn't give an immediate reaction for that. But what I have seen is there's a lot of left inclination by Kamal Hassan by past 2-3 years. What I've seen, he's not more than an actor. He's trying to be more than a politician, and his statements are absolutely not sensible enough. Take it with any matter, take it with the languages or take it with death of so many people or anything. He seems to be absolutely ignorant, and this is not acceptable. If some common man says that was okay, fine, hardly anybody will take it on their mind. But he being a politician, he being one of the renowned actors, his remarks will not be accepted.
He also said in the clarification today, I think it was in Kochi or Thiruvananthapuram, where he said, when I had a problem from this particular chief minister who actually hailed from Mandya and Karnataka, it was Karnataka people who called and said, okay, come here, we will take care of you.
That's what I'm saying. The people of Karnataka, I'll tell you, Zaka, they are most welcoming to all the people throughout the globe. I have seen my Kannadigas. But when you really heard the sentiments with their region and with their language, they are the first one to stand up and fight for it, for their mother language.
Wait and see what the Rajya Sabha is going to witness. in the next few years.
All right, we'll leave it at
He
that.
needs to ask sorry for that. He needs to be.
Okay, he needs to say
apologetic
sorry,
for
and
that.
I think that's the logical, most commonsensical thing to
Because
ask
when
of
it's
him.
hurting the sentiment of the people, doesn't mind being so much arrogant.
We'll leave it at
about
that. Thank you very much, Dr. Sudha Halkai, and also to Dr. Sumant Raman for joining us. And let's see what happens. The movie releases next week, so hopefully this controversy will die down by then. And like I said, the easiest way for it to die down is for Mr. Kamal Hassan to say that he made a mistake.